Yeah.
Am I good?
You're good.
Alright, so hello, my name is Chase Chamberlain, and I'm a senior here at Bow High, and for seniors, everyone has to do a senior project, and I decided to do my project on the importance of physical activity for adolescents. So like everyone, I think, has a time when they go into senior sem, and they realize they have no idea what they're doing, or no idea what they want to do. So I, of course, had that epiphany, and I decided to really do something I was passionate about. One thing I really, my parents always told me to do the best I could possibly do at anything I do. And that's one of the things I really wanted to focus on. And one thing I do is I do that in sports and staying active. And I really took that to heart, and I realized I do that through sports and activity, and I'm very passionate about that. So some of the earliest times I really was active, or my memories, was with my dad playing catch, running around, watching sports and all that, so I knew I was really passionate about sports. So not only was I, as I started my research and started to get the idea, I realized it's a problem here in the United States, a problem everywhere, and I feel like I just found a really good quote. In North America, children and youth are spending 6% of their waking hours in sedentary pursuits. The guidelines recommend that leisure use of screens be limited to 2 hours or less per day. Surveillance data also indicated that among Canadian youth aged 10 to 16 years old, only 18% of girls and 14% of boys are engaging in 2 hours or less. Also, I found another quote that really struck a note with me was, regular participation in physical activity is important to sustaining good health and has been a topic of investigation since the acknowledgement of the obesity epidemic throughout the last 30 years. The word epidemic really struck me, and we are in an epidemic, and something I really wanted to change. And if I knew I could change one person's eyes or views on staying active, I could make a difference. So what I decided to do for my project was to volunteer at the Bow Youth Recreation Program in the summer, and also put on a lacrosse clinic. So volunteering at the Bow Summer Rec Program was a great experience. I've done it for a couple years now, and I got to play, of course, games and have fun with the kids, really connect with the kids. But one thing I really took away from it was trying to get everyone active and really trying to stay focused. Some kids wouldn't be really into the game or anything, so I tried to pull them along and really get them to focus on being active. And throughout the start of the camp, some kids would just not play at all. And throughout the end, everyone was playing and having a good time, no matter what the score or anything like that. And that's really something I took to heart and really found important to me. So sports have really helped me. Also through activity, I do sports, and sports have shaped me emotionally, physically, mentally, and socially, of course. And I just found that that's just really, I took that to heart too. And I decided to do a lacrosse clinic. So a lacrosse clinic entailed me having just a couple of kids. I wanted to keep everything small to make sure that I could get some one-on-one coaching and to have kids active. Kids would come in, not really just coming from their video game, not really wanting to stay at home and just focus on playing their video game. But if I knew if I could get them active for at least just an hour or two a day, they could be successful in the future. And that's one of the things I really focused on. So I really wanted to get everyone to focus on physical activity. If they weren't really, it was really hot out. If we didn't necessarily want to put all of our gear on, we just focus on go on the wall and play wall ball, or just run around a little bit, play a little spike ball and stuff like that. And another thing that really struck my chord was how important physical activity is in schools. And that's, I found this quote. It's according to the most ambitious study ever conducted of physical activity, cognitive performance in children, and in cognitive performance in children, the results underscore the importance of physical activity for children's brain health and development, especially in terms of the particular thinking skills and most effective academic performances. And that, I felt like if we can push people to be active and improve themselves in every aspect, they will improve in the school as well. I also found another quote that I found really heartwarming and touching was, more important, the children in the exercise group also displayed a substantial improvement in the scores on each of the computer-based tests of execution functions, excuse me. And I felt like if we can push people to work harder and be active and participate in sports, not necessarily sports, but also just walking and stuff like that, we can really change their lives. So I'd like to thank everyone for coming. If you have any questions, I'd like to thank Mrs. Dustin for letting me do this on a not the scheduled day, and also my mom for coming and really being supportive throughout this whole process. Dr. Amy coming through with a lot of questions I had. Yeah, thank you. Any questions?